"Don't punish yourself," she heard her say again. But there would be punishment and pain, and there would also be happiness. That was writing. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syafryq Arman bin Sharidzaly. I am 16 years old, and right now I am proudly representing my school, Sem Bestari. And in this moment, I am doing what I love. The book thief for me is everything a novel could conceivably be. Subtle yet enormous, cathartic and intimate. It is a milestone in literature, a modern classic, if you may. Revelation upon revelation led to this 538-page novel fully realizing its potential, fully realizing potential itself. Marcus Zusak brewed this potion of a novel and released it in 2007, and the world has become intoxicated ever since. I witnessed the ones who are left behind, crumbling amongst the jigsaw puzzle of realization, despair, and surprise. They have punctured hearts, they have beaten lungs, which in turn brings me to the subject that I am telling you about today, tonight, whatever the hour or color may be. It is a story about one of those perpetual survivors, an expert at being left behind. If you feel like it, come with me. I'll show you something. I will tell you a story. It is 1939 in Nazi Germany. The Second World War has just begun. The country is holding its breath, and death has never been busier. Liesel Memminger is a 9-year-old girl living with a foster family on Himmel Street. Her biological parents have been taken away to a concentration camp. Liesel steals books. The first book to fall victim to Liesel Memminger's illustrious career of book thievery is called The Grave Digger's Handbook. This part of the novel is nothing if not crucial. Why? Because it revolves around the idea that we attach so much meaning to our surroundings when we experience a traumatic event. And that is exactly what happens here. The Gravedigger's Handbook is not just some book, it is also symbolic of the last time Liesel Memminger ever saw her mother and brother alive. Liesel Memminger goes on to live her life with its ups and downs with her foster family. And then comes a surprise in the form of a Jewish fistfighter seeking refuge and salvation from the wrath of Nazi Germany. Max Vandenberg comes knocking on the Hubermans' door one night. The Hubermans are Liesel's foster parents, and they take him in. The relationship that forms between Max and Liesel is one of the most intriguing parts of the novel, because it revolves around the idea that our shared suffering could evoke solace, if only momentarily. There is comfort in knowing that we are not alone. There is a saying that fits the situation perfectly, and it goes like this: naming what hurts us is how we begin to repair our broken parts. Then comes the inevitable, the day the bombs fall. There's something peculiar with the way the story is told, which I believe is indicative of the book thief's success as a novel, and that is because death is our narrator. I have never in my life read another novel that had death as its narrator. I am not violent and I am not malicious. I am a result, Death states on page 16. Liesel Memminger becomes the sole survivor of the bombing on Himmel Street. She stumbles through rubble, searching, crying, screaming for her father's name, but deep down she knows. And when she finds the bodies, the lifeless bodies of her father and mother, she hugs them and cries like she was never going to stop. And when death inevitably came for her, Liesel Memminger had lived a long life, and she was standing up. She was ready to be taken. How I see it, the story here is everything. From start to finish, there is not one singular weak point. It is not just a novel, it is also a masterpiece, to be absorbed, and through absorbing this masterpiece, only then can we experience the pure joy and euphoria of reveling in exquisite literature. To conclude, The Book Thief is a big story told with a bigger heart. It is one of the rare examples where you can feel the author's love and passion for his craft seeping through the pages, infatuating the reader. I've always described The Book Thief as a love letter to literature. It is important and it is momentous. There's a saying in the novel that perfectly sums up how I feel about The Book Thief. And it goes like this. I wanted to ask her how the same thing could be so ugly yet so glorious. Its words so damning and brilliant. And that is truly how I feel. Thank you.